booster to the socio-economic development and security of the town, added that enhancement of security will help to checkmate crime and attract investments to the area. Chief Ekwozo commended the traditional ruler, members of his cabinet, and community security for their untiring support and cooperation in securing the community and enjoined everyone to join hands against drug abuse, which he said is a factor leading to insecurity.
I feel happy and honored. So if anyone has to contribute, joining the government to fight insecurity, we must not hesitate to do that. So what inspired me most because I like investing in security right from day one.
Commissioning the facility, the traditional ruler of Umuawolo, Igwe Egwuonwu, on behalf of the entire community, prayed and appreciated Chief Ekwozo for the gesture, describing him as a devoted and committed illustrious son of the community that has proven himself worthy to be emulated as a result of his continuous exhibition of exemplary character. The traditional Prime Minister, Dr. Ezenwaji, and the Chief Security Officer of the community, Chief Ben Okafor, in their remarks, thanked Chief Ekwozo for making security a top priority and complimenting the efforts of Governor Chukwuma Soludo in tackling insecurity to the barest minimum. The President Agbana Quarters, Umuawolo, Mr. Chike Obala, and some youths of the community thanked the benefactor and pledged support in the fight against insecurity to enable the community become a safe haven for socio-economic activities. Parade by the security guards, cutting of ribbon, presentation of keys of the facility to the community, and masquerade displays featured at the event. Emmanuel Chibata for ABS News.
Nog Development Union Dinikofi Local Government Area has enrolled 104 Nog indigents into the Anambra State Health Insurance Scheme, a scheme provided by the Anambra State Government for improve the health status of the Anambra. Correspondent Emmanuel Okonkwo reports that the event organized at Nago General Hospital is attended by the Assistant Governor of Rotary International, District 9142, in charge of Zone 38, Rotarian Abuchunwozo, and other dignitaries, and featured health talks, counseling, free medical checks, and treatment of various degrees of ailment for over 200 people who were born indigents and non-indigents of Nago community. His report.
In the essence of the free medical intervention, the President General, Nog Development Union, Prince Frank Nwegu, represented by the chairman of the union's Committee on Health, Dr. Lazarus Okafor, said that the gesture was part of his team's commitment towards uplifting the living standard and health status of the people in the community, assuring that Nog Development Union will register more 896 indigents under the ASHA scheme before December this year to fulfill the promise of enrolling 1,000 persons in the state's health scheme. He expressed dissatisfaction with the low rate at which people in the area patronize the general hospital, encouraging them to always go for medical checks and treatments at the facility instead of patronizing substandard medical outfits for their own good, even as he disclosed that the ASHA package for the people is designed in a way that the beneficiaries will only pay 10% of the total cost of their treatment when they access health facilities.
We found it necessary to encourage them by providing for them the platform through the insurance agency to help them access healthcare at a reasonable cost, because part of the reason of the low patronage of the hospital is because of cost issues, and we know all over the world that healthcare is not cheap.
Earlier, while flagging off the Free Medical Outreach, the Transition Committee Chairman of Dunukofia Council Area, Mr. Augustine Onyemobi, commended Nog Development Union on the gesture, which he adjudged worthy of emulation by other communities in the area and the state in general, saying that it will go a long way in improving the health status of the people. He encouraged well-to-do individuals in Nogo and other communities in the state to do more for the less privileged as a way of complementing the efforts of the government towards bettering the society.
We are calling on other communities in Dunukofia, because in the other communities something like this is also happening, but we are calling on those who are not waking up to this to emulate this gesture. There are a lot of things to be done, a lot of things that will make this hospital very, very active.
Some of the beneficiaries who spoke to the ABS, including Mr. Nna Mangoye and Mr. Pius Okoye Zojie, expressed happiness for being among ASHA and free treatment beneficiaries and thanked the President General of the community and his team for the initiative, praying God to continue to bless them and give them more wisdom to pilot the affairs of the community. The mother of the Nogu President General, Mrs. Virginia Nwegu, commended her son for using his present position to positively touch the lives of the downtrodden, assuring that she is in support of the good works her son has been doing for the community even before his election as the President General. From Nogu in Dunukofia Council Area, I am Emmanuel Okonkwo, reporting for ABS News.
An annual prayer and fasting for the people of our Aguleri community in Anambra East Local Government area has ended with a special non-denominational Thanksgiving service held in appreciation to God for his mercies upon the community. The service held at Obugado Square, Enugu, Aguleri, was tagged Aguleri Victorious Thanksgiving 2023 and was sponsored by Aguleri World Forum in collaboration with Aguleri National Youth Association and Aguleri Annual Prayer Committee. Amaka Chibuzokoye has details.
It attracted indigenous and serving clergymen in the community, traditional rulers, Ndojana, members of Aguleri Luring Council, sons and daughters of the community, as well as friends and well-wishers from neighboring communities. The prayer aimed at rededicating every member of the community, both at home and in the diaspora, to Christ, also provided opportunity for them to present petitions to God and seek his face and blessings on their land for progress, prosperity, unity, and oneness. In a welcome remark, Reverend Austin MSM said that the prayer, which started 6 years ago, has yielded fruits for the land of Aguleri because the people come in unity every year to appreciate God's divine blessings upon them and seek his face in any challenge confronting them while holding on to their banners as Aguleri Obodoma Chineke. Explaining why the prayer was initiated, Pastor Mike Nnamekwe revealed that it followed a revelation by God to one of their daughters, Mrs. Georgina Ogugwa, that having produced Blessed Iwenetanse, former Governor Willie Obiano, and other prominent sons and daughters, and having become an oil-producing community, they should be showing appreciation to God and not running to different shrines. In a message during the prayer session, Pastor Innocent Itanse, who spoke on the topic Divine Reconciliation with God, asked Ndi Aguleri and all that attended the prayer session to eschew rancor and bitterness, envy, jealousy, idol worship, make peace with one another, and reconcile with Christ.
We know ordinarily when people come for this Obuga, they feel that I am not even
Speaking on behalf of the 5 traditional rulers in Aguleri, Igwe Lawrence Nwofia of Ezeagulotu Aguleri called for promotion of peace, love and unity by their subjects and asked God to keep blessing and giving every Onye Aguleri long life while bringing to end all social vices, drawing their youths back from achieving their destinies. special Thanksgiving by all the age grades in Aguleri community and other side attractions climaxed the prayer session. Amaka Chibuzo Okoye, ABS News.
About 116 students have participated in the scholarship examination organized by philanthropist Chief Ignatius Agowo through his non-governmental organization IG Agowo Foundation and anchored by the Chief Executive Officer of Best Brain Contest and Chairman Atwaza Group, Honorable Frank Igbojindu. Agowo Foundation has been sponsoring students from primary school to tertiary institutions and have about 255 students under a scholarship scheme. Justice Onyemobi's report is taken from our studio.
The event attracted students from primary and secondary schools, as well as tertiary institutions from across the state of the Federation, including parents and guardians who accompanied their children and pupils under their care to the venue at Professor Kenneth Dike Library, Awka. Addressing the students on behalf of the foundation, Honorable Igbojindu pointed out that the brilliant pupils and students deserve to go to school, noting that those who make it at the end of the exam stand the chance of benefiting from the foundation scholarship, which includes taking care of their education and their health from any level to the tertiary institution. Honorable Igbojindu thanked Chief Agowo for using his God-given wealth in taking care of intelligent and less privileged individuals in the society whose parents cannot afford their education, while urging the students to take their education seriously to make the foundation proud.
If you are a junior, maybe you just won, and you pass this scholarship, what it means is that your school fees all through the secondary school, both the JAM, both the WAEC, will be taken care of. And when you enter university, they will still take care of it as long as you are still performing okay. And indeed, the founder of this foundation, IG Agowo Foundation, is storing wealth for future use for his children and grandchildren, but people don't know.
Contributing, the Secretary, IG Agowo Health and Academic Foundation, Mrs. Peace Chukwu, and the accountant, Mrs. Lillian Anele, explained that the examination was the best way of selecting and enrolling new beneficiaries into the foundation, while stressing that after proper evaluation of the results and their performances, those that are lucky will be officially enrolled into the foundation, adding that those who took the exam should count themselves lucky because they are selected out of the 600 students that registered for the examination.
We actually conducted the entrance examination for the new intake, a pattern of enrolling new beneficiaries. We have enrolled from 2020 up to 2023. Yes, they have been performing excellently.
In their separate interviews, one of the parents of the pupils who took the exam, Mrs. Ozodo Nzubechukwu, and the proprietor of the British Standard Academy, Okija, Mr. Nzubechukwu Udemmado, commended the foundation for the fairness and transparency of the whole process, noting that it was effectively supervised, stating that every student that took the exam must be someone whose name was shortlisted. While appreciating the foundation on behalf of the students, Master Francis Okemwo, Miss Victoria Ekweli, and Miss Onyinye Enesman expressed gratitude to the foundation for the opportunity given to them to participate in the examination, while urging their fellow students never to give up in their academic pursuits because opportunity may come to them at any time as they pray to God to continue to enrich the foundation to enable them to do more for humanity.
Because this exam is truly excellent. We are ever grateful for the opportunity granted to us to come and show our mettle, to prove our stuff, to show the capabilities we are made of. So I say thank you for the foundation and every other person that ensured to make today a success.
The member representing Oke South Constituency 1 in the Anambra State House of Assembly, Mr. Henry Mbach, says he will install free Wi-Fi in all the village squares and public schools in Oka. Mr. Mbach stated this at the 2023 Youth Week Climax and made an edition of the Light magazine of the Catholic Youth Organization of Nigeria, SIAN, St. Peter's Catholic Church, Nkwele, Oka. Correspondent Amaka Chibuzo's report is taken from our studio.
The lawmaker disclosed that deployment of the equipment for the installation will begin next month, with a view to engaging the youths constructively and profitably through the internet space, adding that more youth engagement programs have been designed by his team. He implored youths to embrace God, education and skills, as well as desist from bloodshed, cultism and other social vices.
Even I call our youth o'clock on his own, and he does his own.
In his address, the president of the Catholic Youth Organization of Nigeria, St. Peter's Parish Nkweloka, Mr. Kenechukwu Arinze, said the event was a unique one in the life of the youths in the parish, noting that the launching of the Maiden magazine created opportunities to encourage youths and tell history of Sion in the parish, while urging the youths to keep serving God genuinely.
We decided to use written history, which is the most important now. And to the glory of God, we achieved more than we ever expected. You can see that everybody is happy in joining in making this history today. We thank God. It wasn't an easy task.
The Sion chaplain, Reverend Father Emmanuel Onwuchekwe, and a former president of Sion, Mr. Daniel Okoye, advised the youths to make best use of the opportunities from the event, as it was organized to equipping young Catholics to becoming useful stakeholders in the church and society.
So we are happy that today we are bringing all these events to a joyful end, and I can only advise the youth to make the best use of this opportunity, reflect on them, and then find ways of using them as veritable tools to form themselves for the future.
The editor-in-chief of The Delight magazine, who is a staff of Anambra Broadcasting Service, Mr. Kenechukwu Chukwuode, and a sponsor of the program, Barrister Basil Obiora, outlined numerous benefits the youths would derive from the event. The event featured match past, football tournaments and quiz competition among the parish zones, presentation of prizes, cutting of the event cake and launching of the maiden edition of Delight magazine.
As inflation bites further, mostly from the effects of subsidy removal on the economy, there are concerns about the federal government's ability to sustain its deregulation stance, especially as it considers maintaining a threshold for fuel price in order to check public outcry. Although President Bola Tinubu declared recently that he is not contemplating a reversal of the decision which removed the petrol subsidy in the country, insiders note that a public outcry and protest by labor unions may force the government to reconsider its decision. There were mixed feelings of worry, frustration, and even disbelief when the National Bureau of Statistics (NBS) released the July inflation data, which pegged the headline inflation at 24.08%, the highest in about 2 decades. From May 29, when the age-long fuel subsidy was removed, the cost of transportation has risen by over 200% in some states. And on the foreign scene, Rwanda fugitive Fulgence Kayishema, who has been in custody in South Africa, has been arrested again on an order from the transfer to Arusha, Tanzania, to stand trial for genocide. The latest developments, which were at the request of the UN International Residual Mechanism for Criminal Tribunals, seem to have caught his lawyers by surprise. He was arrested while in the holding cells at the High Court in Cape Town earlier on Tuesday. The tribunal wants him to answer to the charges that he allegedly orchestrated the killing of approximately 2,000 Tutsi refugees at a Catholic church in Rwanda during the 1994 genocide. Mr. Kayishema is already in custody in South Africa after he was traced to a wine farm in Paarl in the Western Cape province and was initially arrested for contravening the country's immigration laws. Now sports. Spain's forward Esther Gonzalez and Spain's midfielder Aitana Bonmati celebrate their team's victory after the end of the Australia and New Zealand's 2023 Women's World Cup semi-final football match between Spain and Sweden at Eden Park in Auckland on August 15, 2023. Olga Carmona struck late to lead Spain to a thrilling 2-1 semi-final win over Sweden, sending the Iberians into our first Women's World Cup final as the tournament signed off in New Zealand with a flurry of goals. Wearing the captain's armband, Carmona's 90th minute strike from the edge of the area pinked off the crossbar and into the net 2 minutes after Rebecca had leveled the match for Sweden in front of a baying crowd of 43,217 at Eden Park. Spain will meet the winner of today's semi-final between Australia and England in the final. The game between the Matildas and the Lionesses has been overshadowed by a spying incident involving the Australian Daily Telegraph, which sent a helicopter to film Serena Wake's man's side as they aim to knock out hosts in much anticipated showdown. Remember that you can follow news and programs on ABS from any part of the world by liking our Facebook page. Follow us on Anambra Broadcasting Service. Subscribe to our YouTube page at ABS Television Oka. On Twitter at ABS Radio TV. Follow us on Instagram at ABS Radio TV. You can also log on to our website at www.absradiotv.com. And now the main points again. Philanthropist Ekwozo has donated Security House to Umuawulu community. NOG Development Union has enrolled 104 indigents in our year. National Bureau of Warfare Statistics has pegged Nigeria's inflation at over 24%. And we also told you on the foreign scene that Rwanda genocide suspect Kayishima has been rearrested in South Africa. Remember that Governor Chukwuma Soludo has come for a total turnaround maintenance of the Anambra State economy and promotion of core Igbo values. Let's give him maximum support for the task ahead. And that's it on the news at 7. Many thanks for joining us. My name is Chidema Orangwa. Good morning.